One of the most popular running shoes at the moment actually comes from Adidas. And I can't even lie, these kind of badass. Like, these are dope. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and a review on these bad boys right here. This is the Adidas Adizero EVO SL. This is the box. Literally nothing fancy, just an Adidas performance box. Super simple, but the shoes themselves are really interesting because this is priced in the same kind of like price category, that $150 mark, as those new Vomeros, which feel amazing. And I'm not going to say that one is better than the other. I'm just going to say that depending on what you need, like, these are a heavy hitter, especially for Adidas. If you wanted a performance review from a running perspective, we do have one available right now over at WearTesters.com. This review, however, is more from a casual perspective, so we go on a lot of long walks. And this is like what I do to test shoes like this out. Like, I'll do that and use them as daily beaters and things like that. So once I've gotten enough time in them, I will do a video like this and just kind of explain how they feel if you wanted to grab something like a runner for just daily overall comfort. But like I said, at that $150 price point, these are honestly like really interesting. They look very similar to another shoe that they have that's more of a super shoe. They damn near look identical. I thought they were the same shoe, but they are definitely not priced the same. So I don't know if Adidas and Nike are kind of like in a low-key battle as far as like that running category goes, but it feels like they're like neck and neck. I like it though. I do like it, okay? Like, they're pushing everything. They're pushing each other. I f with that. Now, as far as the traction, Continental rubber is back. How? But in a really weird way. First off, it's barely back. It's only back in 3 little sections. I know that this is dirty. I apologize. Like I said, I've been testing them out. But the forefoot is this whole like gray section, or at least it used to be gray. And then the rear is these 2 little isolated panels in the back. Everything else is the midsole, including this weird little area right here at the forefoot. So if you're a forefoot runner, especially on the lateral outside of your foot, that part's gonna get f***ed up real quick. Now, I don't do that, but I can still see that there's some wear and tear on certain areas. So I just thought that that was interesting. I do think that it's just because of how bouncy these things are. Like, when you step on a shoe that's this cushioned, you kind of get like a little bit of like a wobble. Some people like that, some people don't. I do like it. I like that type of cushion. I just don't like it for a long time. If it's a small walk, I'm cool with that. If it's all day, by the time I take my shoes off, my ankles and my knees are like really hurting. But either way, the Continental rubber right here is just ultra grippy. A lot of people think that they use Continental rubber for durability purposes, which is only like half true. The main reason why they use it is for actual traction, like actual grip. So when you look at this and you're just like, how the f is this supposed to grip anything? It's smooth as butter. Well, because it's rubber, and it's good rubber. Ultra tacky on top of that. So yeah, I like this. I think it's great. It's a good way to keep the weight down, but still have something there to grip the pavement or whatever it is that you might be running on. I probably would not take these on trail, especially because of this little piece right here. You're just gonna f up the foam. Actually, it's all of the exposed foam. Rocks, twigs, I don't know what else you might step on, but it's gonna rip that shit up. But if you're in the city, I think that you'll be fine. The cushioning is really interesting. This is Light Strike, but they call it Light Strike Pro. This feels like I swear, if they put this in basketball, not only are they gonna have to cage the f out of it, but I would be excited because like this feels kind of like Zoom X. So if we're comparing stuff from Nike, like that's very similar as far as like the 2 feels go. The difference though is that if we're gonna compare this directly to something like the Vomero, where it has React X and Zoom X together, that Zoom X layer, that top layer that I was talking about that shoe features, is more of a, I don't know, like a soft pillow. Like as soon as you step, it like really sucks your foot onto it. Whereas the bottom layer of the React X is what's kind of like propelling you forward, like returning the energy. It's kind of bouncy. This foam feels like both of those together. Like, it's really interesting. It's unlike any other Light Strike I've ever tried. So I know that I've been told before that Light Strike Pro in their running line is like really different than the stuff that I've ever used in the basketball line. This is my first time using it though, and I'm just like, bro, I'm kind of honestly blown away. So yeah, stupid comfortable. I like the stack height too. This feels like you're a little bit lower than the Vomero 18, and it also feels like the toe is like really interesting actually. Like if you're going from that shoe, the Vomero, to this one, the Vomero's got a smooth rocker type of feel, like that toe drop. So when you're in your stride, it kind of like rolls you into your forefoot. This one is more of a steep, just like cliff. It's stable, and then all of a sudden it's like, boom, you're on your toes. Kind of an interesting feeling. You get used to it really quickly, but it's something that I noticed like right away. I was like, I don't know if I like that drastic like toe drop, but once you're in motion, it's not that bad. But like I said, the cushioning is incredible. I think that it gives you a nice amount of plushness and bounce back or spring back, and I think that a lot of people are gonna like it. The insole though is Adidas to a T. Like this is garbage, you know what I'm saying? Like you guys don't have anything a little bit better than this. So yeah, if you want to take that out, swap it out for anything else else that you'd like, I would. I don't think that you need something as cushioned as like a Move baseline, but maybe if you wanted something like the Move Game Day where it has that arch plate included, that would be beneficial here because there's definitely no like arch structure or support in the shoe. It's very flat. But that's not to say that they don't have torsion support. You can see that big beefcake of a plate right there, and it works really well. So I can't complain about that. It's just, like I said, it's just very flat in there. So if you do have or need the arch, then you might want to stick something else in there. Now the upper is like damn near non-existent. It's paper thin. It's all textile, everything. There's slight structure pieces. One's in the toe, one's in the rear, and then at the eye stays. It's very, very minimal. I do like the way that it looks though. I will say that, like if I'm comparing something like this to any of Nike's current like really popular offerings, whether it be the Peg line or the Vomero line, I kind of like the way that this looks more. I don't know why, because it's not like special, you know what I mean? Like it's pretty plain. It's like somebody like took a white shoe and put tape on it, but it's also different. So I like that. It's not like the standard like slap a swoosh on there and be like, oh yeah, it's popular. So maybe that's just me being an old person being like, no, I want to do something different. But either way, I like this. I think it's cool. The material though, feels like it's going to be like moderately durable, especially if you're running in it. I wouldn't say that it's going to last you forever. Your toes are probably going to bust through this stuff pretty quickly, but it should last you for a decent amount of time. If you're just walking around in them or using them casually, I think that you'll be good to go. One thing to note though is that this material, like it's damn near see-through, and it's been really cold here in Sacramento lately, and so when we go on our morning walks, like by the time I get home, my toes feel like Also, the tongue right here, I hate these. There's no way for me to say this nicely. Like, I just hate this style of tongue. It's floppy, it's thin. Yeah, it's like lightweight and everything. And once they're on, they're fine. But when I put my shoes on, I have to literally tuck the tongue on the sides of my feet and stuff because it rolls up all weird and shit. So I just don't like it. I think that it needs a proper structured tongue with a little bit of padding in there so that when you put your shoe on, everything's cool. Or at the very least, if you're gonna have something so thin, have it be gusseted a little bit so that it's not so like whimsical while you're sticking your shoe on. You know what I mean? Like I can't stand, I put my shoe on and the thing rolls up and stuff and I gotta like and roll it. It's weird. Like I don't even have that problem with any other running shoe, but this one. And I'm just like, bro, why? Also, the back here is not very structured. It's super thin, not a lot of padding. That's basically the entire upper in a nutshell, is like very thin. And that does affect the fit a little bit, at least in my opinion. So if you're running in these things, and if you're a wide footer, I would go true to size. I don't think that you would need to necessarily go up half a size like you traditionally do in running shoes. I think that there's plenty of volume around, you know, your foot with this upper shell and everything like that being as thin as it is. So you'll have plenty of toe splay room. You'll have plenty of room for your feet to kind of like expand and all of that stuff as you're moving. But if you're wearing these casually, and again, you're a wide footer or you just like a little bit of space, go true to size, you'll be good to go. If you like a snug fit or you're a narrow footer, you might want to consider going down half a size. I'm not swimming in these by any means. All I'm saying is that if they were just a little bit, especially in the toe, like around my foot, just felt a little bit more there, then I would like that. But with all of that being said, what is today's user submitted question of the day?
When you have worn the heck out of your sneakers to the point they could walk away by themselves, what do you do with them?
I don't think I've done that in a really long time. Yeah, if I feel like my shoe is too worn for me, which is not really a thing, I'll donate it and then I'll get another pair or something. But like my Vans that I wear like every day, those new schools, I mean, they're not like great looking, but they're not
trash.
They still got plenty of life. It's not like when I was a kid. You get one shoe, you wear it everywhere. It's your basketball shoe, it's your PE shoe, it's your walking shoe, everything. So I don't really have that problem anymore. I will say that when I'm done with a shoe, I will usually donate it though. Not to Goodwill, because they resell. So it'll be to an actual place where they find people that need shoes. If they're barely worn, then I'll like put them up on Shopify or whatever, you know what I mean? And I'll let people know on social, like, hey, I'm getting rid of some stuff, and it'll usually be for like 20 bucks or less.
Shut up and take my money.
That's pretty much it. I have not beat to heck a pair of shoes in a really long time. You do that.
I do.
I think it's like weird too, because we will wear the shoe, like not literally the same shoe, but like we'll have a shoe that we wear about the same amount of time. But like for some reason, you always chew through your backs. I don't.
You cycle through them though, like because of what we're doing right now in this video where you're like, oh, I need to like check these out, while I'm like, ooh, cool, this shoe fits. It's not bothering me, and I wear it as my walking shoe for like 9+ months.
That is true. Yeah, because before I was in this, I was in the Vomero, and before this I was in the Peg, and before that I was in the other Peg, and before that I was in the other Peg. And so, you know, it is what it is. But yeah, if I don't like something like this, like I will wear multiple times again. So I'll keep this. But like the other Peg models, like if I know that I'm not gonna wear them, I will donate them. And it's just that simple.
What I normally do is I realize, hey, my shoes shoes are pretty toast. And then I complain about it, and then I don't do anything about it, and I keep wearing it until all of a sudden the shoe's like, I'm gonna bite you now. And then I'm like, okay, fine.
But what do you do with your old shoe?
I toss them then, because they are
Oh, you do throw them away?
They're that, nobody wants like...
You never know. I don't know what people want. One man's trash, another man's treasure.
But
I'm sure somebody would buy those off you. They like to...
Ew.
People are weird. I bet you if we advertise that, put them on auction, you'd get some creeper that would just want to the f out of them. You know what I mean? So I just watched a clip on that on
I believe you.
on Instagram from what's that show? Modern Family?
Apparently, there are a ton of these feet freaks on the internet.
So yeah, OnlyFans, maybe one day. You never know. My retirement are her feet. But with that being said, sound off below and let us know what you do once your shoes are cooked, and how cooked are they? Like, we need to have some parameters there. You know what I mean?
Mine are so cooked that
I know
they
that
have
yours are.
gone through the foam, and I am hitting.
Yeah, her liner in the back is gone.
This is a shoe currently that I'm like, ooh, I need to replace these or swap these out, and I'm like, no, it's
The
fine.
internal heel counter is external.
Yeah.
On her shoes. Okay, so that's how her shoes get cooked. What is your level of cooked though? Mine have to be like my heels, and I don't drag my heels, but if they get like really like dragged down like that, then I'll be like, maybe I'll get a new pair. And on top of all of that, sound off below and let us know what you think about these bad boys in the comment section. Do you own a pair, or are you thinking about it? I think that this is awesome, from Adidas especially. The only thing that I could really complain about is this, and then the tongue. The tongue is awful. The materials are interesting. So like I said, just stay in the warmer weather areas and you'll love these. It's like wearing sandal shoes. It's fucking breezy. Unless it's cold, then it's freezing and I can't feel my feet.
It's freezy.
No, freezy means like free. Like free 99.
Oh, yeah.
They're 150. They're not freezy.
Oops, sorry.
But sound off below and let us know. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We greatly appreciate your guys' time. With that being said, we will catch you in the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.